everybody, happy Sunday to you. Mark again here, Weatherman Plus. Now I'm going to update you on this big storm that's still coming from the 12th through the 16th, and it's going coast to coast. California and the West Coast already been dealing with a lot of problems. They still have the biggest storm yet to come. If you've never been here before, make sure you subscribe, because over a week ago, ever since day one on this atmospheric river flooding, I've been warning about this big storm that's coming from the 12th through the 16th, and it's still showing true. Now I'm going to go through the information for you so you can see exactly what is coming, get a better handle and understanding of how big and serious this is about to become. And not only with the weather, also with our food crops, how it's affecting our food, guys. Because now, in first time in 25 years, we are getting acreage shortage on our crops. Plus, remember, I'm still giving away weather stations every other day to you guys. I think it's always very prior to always give back. So make sure you subscribe so you can be qualified. Hit the like button and put radar in the comments. Now, California, you are getting storms this morning. It will go by a little bit for this afternoon, but then it's going to come right back later tonight into the morning hours for tomorrow as well. And it will come back again for Tuesday. Then we have a big storm coming. And you can already see with your river gauges that you're already at flood stage on a lot of these rivers already. And it's just the beginning. We still have a lot of this heavy rainfall still to come. An update on California's power this morning is over 500,000 customers without power. And if you just put 2 people per home, that's over 1 million people, over 500,000 homes. And you can see the wind threat is going to be around all the way to the 16th as well. So you can see that here. You have your winds coming across, and they're going to keep coming across with all these systems all the way until the 16th. Strong winds coming for California, even for Oregon and Washington after we go by the 16th. And then we're going to go on that high ridge, and these storms are going to be more northern. But you can see that shot best here. So as all this comes around, you can see the winds coming on the west coast. And then when that big storm comes in from the 12th through the 16th, it's also going to bring a lot of high winds towards California for a couple of days all the way until the 16th. Still showing you're going to have 2 good storms coming from the 10th. Also for the 12th through the 14th, a deeper trough coming, a stronger system before the jet stream goes on a higher ridge and all this stops. And you can see this shot here. You're getting these storms all weekend long, all the way till Tuesday and Wednesday. Then we get that big strong system that comes in. It is going to bring you a lot of high winds as well. But it's the biggest storm out of all the storms that you have had. Plus, we have that possible nor'easter in the northeast. So I'm going to go through your impacts and what the possibilities are, because y'all going to get this in California all the way until the 16th before it finally goes up on that high ridge and they go to the northwest by Washington and Oregon. And that's because we're on this positive pattern in the PNA, and then we're going to be on that negative pattern after the 16th. And that way, all the storms will stop going towards California once we go into this negative pattern around the 16th. But you also can see with those storms, it is bringing a lot of high winds. And then when we have that big storm all the way from the 12th, strong system in the Pacific, and it's going to bring those high winds as well. Why are you getting the high winds and the possible nor'easter on the east coast of the U.S.? And it's going to keep going all the way until the 16th. Then it's finally going to go up towards northwest, towards Washington and Oregon. But until then, you have a lot of high winds still coming for California. Now, Weather Forecast Office in San Diego did put out a wind risk for Tuesday and Tuesday night, going from elevated to significant winds coming for California, especially in this orange and red right here by Big Bear, Victorville. There's going to be a lot of high winds. You can also see here in your 24 hazards that Monday and Tuesday that you are getting some significant winds that's moving in for California. And also, excessive cold will add up as you go Tuesday into Wednesday. And when you go all the way up to Tuesday, you can see there is high 50 and 60 miles per hour wind gusts all across California, even portions of Oregon. And the higher elevations are getting up to 70 miles per hour wind gusts. Now, the good news on this is that when a big storm comes in from the 12th through the 16th, all the major winds are going to be in the Pacific Ocean. They're not coming on land with these 70s and 80s. Although there is an outlook for 100 miles per hour wind gusts, in California. And you can see that shot here. You got a risk for high winds from the 14th all the way through the 20th. And you have a slight risk in all of this lighter brown, but you have a moderate risk in all of this dark brown all the way to the 18th and the 19th. So you can see the next 3 days setup with National Weather Service. For today, you have heavy rain and flash flooding possible in all of this red. Heavy snow in higher elevations, mixed precipitation, and snow. Also got thunderstorms in the south. You do still have that marginal for flash flooding, while you have freezing rain and mixed precipitation and a little bit of snow going towards the first system. Then we're going to get that next system. For tomorrow is going to grow for heavy rain and flash flooding possible for California, while you get some mixed precipitation from that system still moving towards the northeast. You also can see as you go through Tuesday that it will add up to more flash flooding, heavy rain possible down Southern California and the higher elevations as well. There's a lot of flooding still coming for California. So there's been a 6-day forecast precipitation outlook for California, Nevada region. So you have 6 to 8 inches in all this region of heavy rainfall. Also up here for Redding, San Francisco, Monterey getting 4 to 6. Look at all the heavy rainfall that's coming just within the next 6 days. All the way down to Los Angeles getting 2 to 3 inches as well. And it is causing a lot of flooding. So for today, you have the marginal and the slight risk for flash flooding. For tomorrow, this is going to grow. Now you got a huge moderate level all the way from Sacramento all the way down California for flash flooding. And as you go through Tuesday, it's going to remain there with marginal and the slight risk. It's going to go further down California all the way down from Sacramento to Los Angeles. And you can see how your river gauges are forecasted to be. Even a couple of gauges that are going to be in major flooding stage. So you see here that you have 35 that's near flood stage, 12 that's at minor, but you have 8 that will be at moderate flooded and 2 of them that will be in major flooding stages. I also have this link in the description and some others as well, so you can see all the rivers that's going on in California, and you see all of them are above monitor or above flood stage already. So National Weather Office in Sacramento has put out this flooding that they're expecting all the way from January 8th all the way to January 12th. They're expecting 4 to 7 inches in the valleys and 6 to 12 inches in the foothills of more flooding to come, guys. So there is a risk for heavy precipitation outlook. And you can see you do have the slight risk from the 14th to the 15th all along the East Coast. You also got a slight risk in all this green for all of the West Coast from the 14th through the 19th. It will have a moderate level from the 14th to the 18th in this dotted line, but you have a high level all the way from California, Nevada, even getting into Arizona from the 14th to the 18th, a high level of precipitation coming. And you can see in your precipitation anomaly, according to the Euro, that you have a lot of heavy precipitation coming. All that blue and light blue is anywhere from 5 to 10 plus more inches of rainfall coming for this month. And you can see as you go into next month, it's going to be gone, guys. You're going to be on that higher ridge, and you're going to be a little bit less than average right here in Northern California, but precipitation is not coming back. Even when you look to March, it is going to be below average. It's going to be dry. So I know you got a lot of flooding right now, but it is going to go away soon. But this flooding is not going to where they need it. And it is impacting a lot of the area. Remember, this is from January 1st, and they already had more rainfall, and they have more rainfall coming. So you can watch this video, link in the description, so you can go watch the full length of it. And the main problem that California is having is storing all this water that is coming down. So you can see every area, and you can see how you have the historical average, but that blue line represents the storage level to date. So a lot of these are below storage level. Some are right at storage level. You can even see down here, it even is above historical average. But most of these are well below their storage level of waterfall. They need all this water to help for the crops and a lot of other reasons in California. And even though they get a lot of rain, it's all running off into the ocean. They're not keeping all that rain. Matter of fact, much of the water from California's downpours will end up in the sea rather than helping the crops. And you can see here, also a link in the description, that California rain brings limited relief to dried out almond farms. Now, the downpour highlights lack of water storage in the food hub, which I just showed you. But the excess rain needed by farmers later will end up in the ocean and not going to where we need it for our food crops. Matter of fact, voters approved a $7.5 billion bond for water investments in 2014, but they're lacking the storage. Matter of fact, construction isn't expected to start until next year. And you can thank your Governor Gavin for that. He's always vowed that he's going to speed up efforts, but they had this money of this water investment for 2014. They're still not doing construction until next year. It's going to be a lot of loss on all this rainfall. Even the California almond acreage shrinks for the first time in 25 years. And you can see the top 10 agricultural commodities that comes out of California, guys. A lot of food that we need for the rest of the U.S. And almonds being the shortest in 25 years usually brings in $5 billion. Plus, you have the high surf advisory of 20 to 25 foot waves. And this is going on till later on tonight, but I'm showing that this will come right back on that next big system. And you can see that here as you go Wednesday into Thursday. When that big storm system comes, you still have 20 to 25 foot waves, even up to 30 going by Oregon and Washington. As that next big system comes through, still bringing in these high waves. So you're going to have this warning again. And it's bringing a lot of snowfall still. So you're in a moderate level from the 14th through the 17th for very heavy snowfall in this pink. As well as right here, you're in the high level from the 14th to the 18th for high amounts of snowfall. And you're in the slight risk from the 14th through the 19th, and all of this purple for risk for heavy snowfall, as well as the northeast. We have that nor'easter coming, and you do have the slight risk from the 14th through the 15th for heavy snow. And you can see the impacts that it's bringing. So Reno, Nevada has put this out. This is your conditions for the snow for Saturday. As you go through today, it's going to start adding up. But once you go Monday through Wednesday, you got multiple feet of wet snow in the Sierras causing significant travel difficulties. Also, strong winds of 100 plus miles per hour along the Sierra crest and up to 45 miles per hour for valley floors. But while they get hit with all these systems, we still have this system coming from the 12th from the center of the U.S. and it's still going up to the northeast by the 13th and 14th, bringing that nor'easter. You see a lot of people will be getting rain, but you will turn into snow after that, and it will start adding up. Different amounts according to the Euro, according to the GFS as well. I will show you what the ensembles say. You can see how with the GFS, it goes up on a little bit higher ridge, bringing more people, more rainfall, but then it brings that major snow. Matter of fact, you can see with the update on the ensembles, the first system still isn't bringing much like I showed you the other day. But that second system, when it comes around the 12th, you can see on the control, remember, it has a lot of chances to bring major snowfall for eastern Ohio Valley and the intercoastal of the Northeast. All that purple and pink is anywhere from 6 to 12 inches of snow. You also can see that it don't stretch too far down the mid-Atlantic. It could get Tennessee and Kentucky, higher elevations of North Carolina as well. And the coast is going to see rain towards the northeast, but it's still showing it will bring major snow. And here's a closer shot for the northeast. And you can see here in your control, remember, that a lot of y'all won't see snow, but a lot of y'all will get major impacts from this system from the 12th through the 14th. So when we get our precipitation outlook, you can see all the heavy rainfall still coming for the west coast, but this system that's going towards the northeast, it is going to bring some rainfall, the storms you're dealing with now, and bring some more rainfall towards the northeast when that system comes by. And so far, it's showing a lot of good snowfall in the latest model runs. Now, this will change. This is still past 5 days away, guys. And the ensembles show that it actually will come closer towards the edge with that major snowfall. Regardless, GFS is showing it could be a lot of freezing rain and a lot of ice that could build up from this storm. But you can see how GFS takes it to rain. Then on the backside, everything starts turning into snowfall while the coast don't really get it. It's all going to be intercoastal. Ural is taking as a lot of wet snow that's coming through, and it's not adding up to that much. A lot of wet snow, that's what that green is. As the system comes by, then maybe get some on a wraparound as it leaves. Still, both models are showing that the coast of the New England states, Northeast, is going to get rain. Still showing after we get this last dip around the 12th through the 14th of cold air that we are still going right back into that warm up all the way until the end of February. And you can see that shot best here. So for January, you have your above average, you have some below average temperatures. For February, it's going to shift and go to the northwest because you're going at a high ridge while we go into that negative PNA. And as you go to March, it's going to move a little bit more towards the upper Midwest. That's what it's been showing, while everybody else is still in this above average pattern. So for your 8 to 14 temperature outlook, you have well above average temperatures while you're starting to get some below average temperatures for the Southwest. Also, your precipitation, your above average precipitation is moving further north up the West Coast. And you see where everybody will be in a little bit of above average precipitation for the next 8 to 14 days. But when you check from the end of January to the beginning of February, 3 to 4 weeks out, you see you're still going to be in above average temperatures while your below average temperatures on the West Coast is going to grow, while you're going to be in your average temperatures in the white. And your precipitation is going to be below average for New Mexico as well as for Texas. And you're going to be above average precipitation for the Ohio Valley. This is from the end of January to the beginning of February. Then as you go from January, February to March, you're going to stay above average temperatures in this red, average temperatures in the white, and your below average temperatures is going to move to the northwest and go to the upper Midwest, just like I showed you a minute ago. And your precipitation is going to be well below average in all of this brown going all the way to the southeast. And your above average precipitation is going to be for the upper Midwest and the Ohio Valley. This is going from January, February to March. Now remember, I am giving away a weather station for today, so put the word radar in the comments for today, and I will do this every other day, and then every other day we'll pick the winner, so just keep on going. You must be a subscriber, hit a like on the video, and you must put the comment radar in the description. Psalm 56, 1 through 11. Be merciful unto me, O God, for man would swallow me up. He fighting daily oppresseth me. Mine enemies would daily swallow me up, for they be many that fight against me, O thou most high. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. In God I will praise his word. In God I have put my trust. I will not fear what flesh can do unto me. Every day they wrest my words. All their thoughts are against me for evil. They gather themselves together. They hide themselves. They mark my steps when they wait for my soul. Shall they escape by iniquity? In thine anger cast down the people, O God. Thou tellest my wanderings, put thou my tears into thy bottle. Are they not in thy book? When I cry unto thee, then shall mine enemies turn back. This I know, for God is for me. In God will I praise his word. In the Lord will I praise his word. In God have I put my trust. I will not be afraid what man can do unto me. Amen. Thank you so much for your time today, everybody. God bless you and your families. And for all of you that are doing the crops that feed the rest of us, thank you so much for your struggles and your time and efforts for trying to keep those crops going. God bless you always and always keep you safe. Remember, all glory does go to Yahweh, our Father in heaven, our God. And may he give you what you need to sustain yourself forever. Amen. Hallelujah. Have a great Sunday, everybody.